Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome to No Punt Intended. I am your co-host and co-commissioner Tyler Miles. We're joined by our co-commissioner Eric Novak. We're gonna, just like we do every other week, we're gonna start with a push. Take it away, Eric.
We got a jam-packed season for you all with planned weekly episodes of winners and losers, matchups, fan shout-outs, and fantasy football news. First up this week, we have the fan shout-out section where we answer your questions of the week.
Yeah, we're going to kick off here with John from Alabama. Here we go.
Yeah, this is John from Alabama. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I got a question for Eric. Is it worth drafting Sammy Watkins in the fourth round, even though he is only going to have one big week? Love the show. Roll time.
Thanks, John, for the call. Based on, Sammy Watkins' history, we go back 4 years, 2018, 10 out of 16 games, 2019, 14 out of 16 games, 2020, 10 out of 16, 2021, 13 out of 17 games. He's not really participating in a majority of the games. He's out 3, 4, 5, 6 games a season. And his receptions reflect that. In 2018, 40 receptions, 19, 52, 2020, 37, 2021, 27 receptions and a single touchdown. His highest touchdown values over the course of the past 4 years came in 2019 and 2018, where he totaled a maximum of 3 each year. Currently ranked in at a wide receiver 84 with an ADP of 192, average receptions 39 per year, average touchdowns a measly 2 per year. There are a lot of other wide receivers drafted around the same ADP, especially after round 8 of 14, around pick 112 for a 12-man league. Most players are reaches around there. Other players that you could consider at that same ADP would be Tyler Lockett, ranked at 43, average receptions per year, 78, especially in a PPR league. That is an additional 40 points that you're looking at on top of an average touchdowns of 9. You have Chris Olave ranked at number 44 with an ADP of 101. I think at the end of the year, he'll really surprise a lot of people, probably be the clear-cut wide receiver 1. Other people maybe a little bit lower on your list. You got Chase Claypool ranked at 49, only been in the league for 2 years, ADP 110, but still averaging receptions 60, touchdowns 5, and then kind of rounding out the list with Tyler Boyd ranked at 50, average receptions 78, average touchdown 5. I think he'd be better suited to pick those slightly lower ADP for value over Watkins, who hasn't really produced much over the last 4 years consistently.
You make a lot of great points, Eric, but what I will add, and a little bit of a disagreement here, is Sammy Watkins does bring some really good week 1 value to some of the let's call it lower quality teams in the league, the Zach Metlers, the Brady Agabrotens, Colin Portley. Certainly week 1 value. If you start the season off with a strong win, 40 points from Sammy Watkins on your bench, that can lead to a lot of momentum going forward.
I would agree. Hey
guys, this is Sam from Hawaii, longtime listener, first time caller. Winterland seems to have really good success with just drafting Patriots players. How can you keep getting away with this? Love the show. Go Chargers!
Thanks for the call, Sam. Thanks for the call. Another good question. We see this with a multitude of teams in the league. You're a fan of a team, you draft a lot of players from that team. It feels good when you're drafting, but is it the right decision? For the Patriots, over the course of the past 4 years, it's been a pretty darn good decision. 2021, as an organization on offense, they ranked 6th amongst points scored. Had a little dip in 2020, dropped down to 27th, but to be expected with the loss of TB12. 2019, 7th for points, 2018, 4th for points. This is a strategy that has brought success in the past 4 years and has had a resurgence in 2021 after a down 2020. The organization has a way of scoring points, likely due to a terrible division Godwin prior to Josh Allen, giving the Bills a boost, get the fuck out, Jets and Fins. It's a do or die strategy, but will likely be die this year with the mediocrity of Mac Jones and the lack of weapons on the offensive side with an aging backfield. However, I would say that just because the backfield is aging is not a reason to not draft 3, 4 of their running backs and, 2 of their wide receivers, who are all in that 32 range, really the prime of their careers, who really have a good, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years left in the league. So I would say go for it, Wordegord.
Yeah, and just to add to that, there's some great tight end value on the board for the Patriots. There's Jonnu Smith, obviously huge, probably round 3, 4 value. Aaron Hernandez, another really good late round pickup, and always, the GOAT, Rob Gronkowski, right? Yeah, draft him. He's going to carry your team this year for sure. So. Appreciate the question, Sam. We're going to jump to actually an email question from a Haley in South Dakota. She says, what are your official rankings of favorite to least favorite Johnson? Oh, that's a great question, Haley. I'll actually take this one. So at the top of my draft board, round 1, pick 1. I feel like this is a very obvious one, but we got Millie Johnson. She's got a body that won't quit. So that one's a lock at overall pick 1. Coming in at number 2 in round 1 is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's a well-rounded athlete, well-rounded actor. Obviously, number 2 on my favorite Johnsons. For obvious reasons, following that, we got old Lyndon B. And then rounding out the first round, it's just a 4-team league. We have unnamed Baby Johnson, real up and comer, has a lot of potential, I think, going forward. After that, we got a tie between Everly and Jet Johnson. Allie and Jeremy really crank out some good ones there. So very high up on the rankings. Then coming in at number 6, we got Haley. She's probably outside of the babies, the newest Johnson, and has caused the least damage to this point. At number 7, we got Allie Johnson, followed closely by the twins, Johnson and Johnson. Make some really good products, a really high value pick there. Then we got obviously Jimmy Johnson moving into the later stage of his career, but a lot of good value there as well. And then to crank through a few, we got at number 10, we got Rachel Johnson, Mark Johnson following that. At number 8, another good late round, I would call sleeper pick would be Freya Johnson. At number 9, we got Jeremy Johnson. Then at 10 and 11, we have whatever Jeremy and Ryan name their dogs Johnson. We're not exactly sure what those names are, but they're definitely some value picks there. And then we're starting to get into some borderline undraftable Johnsons. We got at number 12, we got Aaron. Some people have made that mistake way too many times. Haley is probably the most prominent. At number 13, we have literally every other Johnson in the entire world. And then rounding out very undraftable, we got Ryan Johnson. So those are my official Johnson rankings. Anything you want to add there, Eric?
No. The only one that, I think that you missed was Chad Johnson, but he no longer goes by Johnson. It's Chad Ochocinco, so can't really count him on the list. So
yeah, that's why he fell off the rankings. All right, moving on to the new segment.
Oh gosh, new segment. It's a Brady shout out. We want to thank you, Brady, for your years of service to this league. Over the course of his 3 years as commissioner, he amounted a vast array of accomplishments, including the relegation league. Actually, a lot of terrible ideas with the relegation league being the headliner, which interestingly enough led to Brady's own relegation.
Yeah, and actually coming off that, I reached out to some sources, and from an anonymous source, there are reports coming out of Glenn's draft camp that despite no longer being the commissioner, that he's been walking around saying, quote, "I am filled with ideas that are now the new commissioner's problem." So this comes as no surprise to anyone, as he has been annoying as fuck when it comes to league changes this year. Some really strong words from the source there, but a very reliable source nonetheless.
It's a hot take. That is a hot take.
We are going to cut to a quick commercial break. Following the break, coming up further on the show is a reveal of our new player in the league. In addition, how we're going to determine draft order coming up after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed the preview for Avatar: The Way of the Water, James Cameron's second installment in the Avatar franchise, sure to be a home run. James Cameron, if we know anything about him, Titanic, Avatar 1, guy hits dingers, okay? He's not fucking bunting around here. So there's one thing we know about James Cameron. He
The GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Takes it to the fence for sure. Little mix up this year. We sent Corey to the relegation league. He is actually the only team in the relegation league this year. We are currently taking applications for other teams in the relegation league, strictly sending them out to siblings, cousins of current people in the league. So if you have a cousin, sister, brother-in-law that you'd like to take part in the relegation league with Corey, then send us those applications and we'll get things squared away.
And just a quick interruption for those of you that didn't know, we did have someone by the name of Corey in our league. Many people did not know that, but there was a Corey. So continue.
Coming up, we have a fantastic surprise for you guys. We are going to be unveiling the newest member to the Fantasy League of Fantasy. And drum roll, please.
It is
Buddha.
Hey, there we go. That was a long
Welcome
drum
to the
roll.
show, Buddha. Welcome to the show.
welcome to No Punt
Glad to be
Intended.
here.
Welcome to the league. Good to have you back.
Yeah, well, you know, as two-time champion, I'm glad to try for a third.
Yeah. We hopefully you can stay in the league long enough this time to try and get a third. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's make it a strong showing.
It doesn't take me long to win. Don't worry.
Anyways, that's it that we have for that section. So
All
coming
right,
up
see you
next-
guys.
Feel free to stick around, Buddha. Anyways,
Sure,
coming
sure.
up next on the show, we're actually going to choose draft order. So here we go. We currently have our players listed here. We got Ronnie, the worst Johnson, Ryan, obviously, Eric, Portley, Glenn, Mike, Zach, Tyler, Justine, Nelly, Trev, and Buddha. So moving on here, we're going to do a 100-yard rush race for
Oh my God.
draft position. And just to make sure we're fair here, we're going to randomize the order a completely random amount of times here. So I got a D6 dice roller, and we're just going to randomly choose and stop 4 times. All right, so we are going to shuffle this deck 4 times. We are not giving anybody luck advantage, so don't bitch about your position going forward. Yards per rush, 1, max 10. We're just going to go normal speed here. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to choose draft order. Good luck, everybody. All right, coming out of the gate, Zach and Ronnie. Zach's at the 10.
My guy's barely moving.
Yeah,
My God, you can't even do a stride.
Zach out to the early lead. He's already seeing first overall Sammy Watkins pick. It's coming in tight at the second pick, third pick, fourth. I mean, it's tight overall. Holy shit. Hurry up, Eric.
Yeah. My guy, is he wearing purple? That is an injured Dalvin Cook as my character.
I got Tom Brady mid-round there. Zach's losing some ground here to Justine. Whoa, Tyler with a burst of
Oh
speed.
God.
Justine
oh
with
God.
a burst of speed. Ronnie's catching up. Zach's at the
Oh,
40.
I just had a boot. Oh shit.
Holy
Well, then
cow.
the Rhys Johnson.
Trev has
going.
fallen behind. Trev is bringing up the rear. Justine coming out ahead. Whoa, Ronnie coming in hot.
Portly
Zach-
steaming.
Oh my God. Portly might take it.
Portly at the
Portly
20.
might take it. Oh,
At the
Justine.
15. At the 10.
Oh, Portly.
Portly's at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown,
Got
Portly! Colin with the first overall pick. Zach with the second. Ronnie with the third. Oh, it's coming in tight here.
Oh,
Hey!
Blue with the fourth. Glenn fifth. Tyler sixth. God, I'm always after Brady. Fuck. Justin seventh.
Can Trev make it up?
Eric at the
No, there's
8th.
no way.
Nelly
There's
at the
no-
9th.
Oh, Trev did.
Trav at the 10.
Trev just jumped 3 spots.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the official draft order of the league this year. We will input that manually tomorrow in the Sleeper app. Thank you very much for watching the draft order picking. Congratulations to Portly. I'm certain you'll fuck it up.
Yep.
Other than that, we're closing out the show here today, ladies and gentlemen. As we always finish this show every single week. Cheers to you, cheers to your family, and cheers to your team.